Hello, SPUPM Insights viewers. I'm Xu Lai from School of Business Administration. And today I would like to talk about the ethical dilemmas about human rights. So let's see. In fact, there are countless ethical dilemmas people face in our real life. And today I want to share with you a story about an ethical dilemmas involving the human rights. This story comes from the account of a young Chinese nurse working in a large neonatal intensive care unit. She was upset because her hospital did not treat patients who could not pay for care in advance. She recounted her experience on her first day at work when about 10 hours after giving birth to premature twin girls, a woman was unable to pay for their care. The parents who was poor rural migrant workers had no money to cover the expenses. So the management and the doctor instructed the nurses to turn off the oxygen and stop nursing. Although the two newborns had a good chance to survival, but they died. This incident left a deep impression on the nurse on her first day of work, and she said she felt very distressed. She mentioned that this kind of situation occurs every month in the hospital. Department nurses can protect, but most of the time they protect not addressed positively, and they worry about being punished if they do not follow the instructions. So it is a common case of human rights that happen in our life. And what is important is that we are supposed to reflect on the significance of the dilemmas. And let me share again. Okay, so let's talk about the reflections. Firstly, let's talk about the human rights. Actually, in the definitions, human rights is talking about the persons or groups is entitled to something or to be treated in a certain ways. And it was first recognized after the World War II. And at that time, people realized that all governments should respect human rights, and there should be mechanisms established to ensure the human rights obligation. And after that, the United Nations established, and we can see from these cases, in these cases, the human rights exist in the cases, and between the hospital profits and the nurses' medical ethics, they are very confused because they want to protect their own profits, but in the moral situation, they cannot do the things like that to cancel the chances of the twin girls' survival. And next, I would like to give some suggested solutions. Actually, there are no easy answers to this question, but clearly we can do better to help the nurses who feel vulnerable and helpless. Working through the International Council of Nurses and other national and local organizations is vital. In my point of view, we can ask for help for the organizations that can help you, especially for the specific jobs, such as the International Council of Nurses. And advocating for others alone is often untenable. This is especially true in situations where oppressions, poverty, and corruptions are evident, and where policies, protocols, and respects for human rights are not well developed or implemented. So we also need to remind ourselves that human rights violations are not limited to the developing countries. Even in the developed country, where protecting the human rights can be an ongoing issue, and nurses and midwives still often suffer from the moral distress. So in summary, the protecting human rights can be an ongoing issue. Even in developed country, nurses and midwives still often suffer from the moral distress. Where there are interests, there will be conflicts. The conflicts of interest, conflicts of modalities. So how to resolve these conflicts is an eternal topic for human beings. And I think if one day the mankind can better solve these problems, it will prove that the human civilization has progressed. And that's all from these videos. And last but not least, don't forget to follow, like, and share this. Thank you so much.